All right, welcome back to R-TAC and Daughters. We're here at American Defense Company again, and we got us an an Adams arm because of 130 round mag, and this is just the lower to it. And you're gonna say, why we got the lower? I just want to look at the lower for a minute. It's your standard AR lower. They do a little bit of different design machining work on their firearms, or at least on their lowers. And here's the other side to it, and it's just a simple lower. So we're going to get this out of the place. It's got your collapsible butt 6 position butt stock, nothing special there. The special part about this Adams arms is that it is a piston upper. It comes as a complete gun, and it has a gas piston instead of a direct impingement system. And it does have settings, so we can look right here. Move the bolt out of the way because we'll look at that in a minute. So right here, a little push button. You push it and that'll control your gas settings. So there is 4 positions. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and I'm sure that's probably the standard setting. And then there's 1 you push down, and it's all the way over here. Okay, and that takes out, well, actually 3 settings, because this right here removes your gas piston. So, which is quite long, because this is a 16-inch barrel. So here's your operating rod, your spring holder right there, and then the piston itself and the gas tappet. And they do test fire these guns at Adams Arms. As you can see, there's a little bit of carbon there, and there's also brass on the front of the gun. So this is how you take the gun apart. So let's put it back together here. It's not my intention on taking it apart, but that's what happened. Alright, so now we got right back there, in all the way, lined up in, and then you turn it, and it locks in. So you got 3 positions. So, and that's your gas block. Now this has got the standard M4 hand guards on it. You could swap these out for Picatinny rail set. It does got a Picatinny rail up here top for your front sight, and it does have an A3 lower, or upper, I mean, with T slots marked, and of course Adams Arms logo right there. Basically, it's a standard lower, or upper, I mean. Right here is your gas piston that pokes out this way, and inside there, you can't see it. You might be able to see it right there, but now you can't see it right there. There is a steel bearing inside there for that gas piston rod to ride back and forth on. So that's something right there. So that's what I wanted to show you on that. And then we're going to look at the bolt here. It's quite different as well. There you can see the brass on it where they test fired it, which is a good thing. It's good to see that when you pull a bolt carrier out and you have somebody who is test firing their weapons like they should. Now, how many rounds? Who knows? But they at least test fired it once, huh? So you notice that it doesn't have your standard gas impingement attachment right here. It is just a block, so for that rod to ride back and forth. It is proprietary, so you can't swap this bolt out with another bolt. So you'll have to have this bolt carrier at least. The bolt yourself you can, but the and it's spring loaded, so it should have a standard bolt. Disassembles the same way. We're not going to disassemble it, but it's spring loaded simply because of the way the bolt design is. So the bolt head yourself you can swap out, but not the carrier. The carrier itself has to be proprietary. And you got your system. So we're going to put it back together and put it on the stand and give you an overall look to this unique AR with a piston operated.
The region's academic medical center.
Come back together here. So something else we'll talk about here is we got our R-TAC and Daughter rifle stand from Rad Labs, and we'll put a link in that in the description later. They'll do ARs, AKs, and there's not a paid. This is not a paid ad for them. I did pay for this, but they do great work. It's a PMAG based for your ARs, and it even got 3D printed 223 rounds in it, or 5.56 rounds, what you want to call. It's pretty funny. It also holds the bolt open on most of your guns, and it is on both sides. So anyway, that's something neat we wanted to show everybody. Got this idea from 19 Delta Cab Trooper, fellow brother there on YouTube, and military U.S. Army Cab Trooper. So we look here, and then we get the overall view of the Adams arms. So anyway, remember, if you're looking for Adams arms, this one here comes with a 30 round magazine. That's the part number if you're looking for one. And definitely a unique AR in the world of ARs, because it is piston driven, you know, and those AKs always say that piston driven is the way to go. You got your standard A2 bird cage on it, so no big deal there. Standard lower with their markings on it, which is kind of cool to see something different. And I got to put the charging handle back in because I forgot. Anyway, we'll catch you next time. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. And if you're looking for something, come on down here to the American Defense Company, and we can hook you up. Remember, if we ain't got it, you don't need it, and it costs nothing to be kind to one another.